Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Oh, happy Sunday, everyone. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Sunday afternoon, evening, day, whatever. Listen, you already know what this is. We are here for the season finale of Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1. This is episode 10, paid in full. I just, listen, let's get into the episode. But before I do, I want to remind everyone, before you forget, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. I'm also doing Queen Sugar, which has quite a few more episodes to go, at least 4 or 5, I think. And I just started Our Own Kind, which is a Fox show. And it's really, really good, you guys. So, yeah, check me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed already. I'd love to have you as a tribe member. And, of course, let's comment down below. If you have a moment, check out the comments down below because we talk about a lot of stuff behind these shows, right? In the comments, right? Listen. When we come into this episode, let's just first and foremost remind ourselves that everything that is happening is because Raquel, okay, has sent a 15-year-old boy, a 15-year-old inexperienced boy, okay, a 15-year-old inexperienced boy who has a long track record of muck-ups to assassinate, execute a police officer. And she didn't tell him who it was that he was supposed to be executing, right? She sent a 15-year-old boy to do that. So everything you're going to hear about that happens in this episode is going to be as a result of not Kanan, okay, but of his mama. All right? And so any type of affinity we may have had for Rock in prior episodes in season 1, I'm almost positive we will not be taking them into season 2. And I'm here for season 2 because we really didn't get anything very much. We got a few finite details. We can kind of ascertain what's going to happen from those details in season 2, but we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. 1 hour. I feel like if they wasn't going to give us a 2-hour season finale, they should have at least given us 2 more episodes. You know what I mean? Like rounded the season out. I don't like odd numbers, but they could have went ahead and gave us a old nasty piece of episode 11. Okay? Well, let's get into it. The episode opens with Kanan standing over Howard's body, and he's first coughing up blood, and then a car alarm goes off, and we hear someone say in the background, "They shooting!" And then when he looks back at Howard looks like he's dead, but he's really just passed out. Remember, I told you Rock told him two to the heart. And 1 to the head, right? But I don't even think he bust off 2, but I don't know what he was shooting at. Like, can't nobody in their family shoot. I feel like shooting practice should really have been a part of their onboarding process. The little crew that Rock do have. So he runs off and he falls, and when he falls on the asphalt, he scrapes up his palms, the bottom of his palms, and then he immediately rubs at them. Now, the crackhead that told us about Lil Rob and the blue vials is peeking around the corner, and Kanan looks over and sees him. The crackhead is currently pulling on the pipe. So all he really saw was the jacket, and he saw that it was a young boy. And if he liked the rest of us, he saw that it was a stocky young boy. Okay, Unique is taller, way slimmer. Okay, and he wouldn't have ran off in such a goofy fashion either. I'm just gonna assume that he would have walked off cool, smooth, right? But it's okay. It's okay. We ain't got to worry about Unique at all, because the blood on this jacket gonna tell us everything we need to know. But stay with me here. We see where he runs and goes to a payphone, and then hides behind a building. If he goes to payphone, he pages someone. And Scrap comes. He really was looking for Marvin to come, but Scrap comes. Scrap got a patch over his eye. He got real bad scarring underneath his eye. Scrap scoops him up, and he is still wearing Unique's jacket through all of this. Scrap tells him, yeah, Ish is hit a little different when you got to look a mugger ducker in the eye, right? And Kanan, looks away because he don't want to let on how scared and afraid he is, but he doesn't know his entire demeanor says, I am scared and I am afraid, and what have I done? Right? So, but listen, Scrap don't want no deets. He don't want no details. Matter of fact, he don't even want to hear Ish from Kanan. He don't want to even hear Ish come out of Kanan's mouth. He got fresh clothes for him to change into, and he need to lose that jacket immediately. This is what Scrap tell him. We see Rick Rock is still at church, and with she there talking with the motherboard members, and she looks completely and utterly unfazed until she gets a beep on her pager and tells her mama she gonna meet her out front. We see where the police are all over the place. I mean, they have descended on Jamaica Queens like, ants on a sugar cube. They are everywhere. They got roadblocks everywhere. They got helicopters circling the area. And before Scrap said we got to get somewhere and we got to lay low. But before that, they got to meet up with Marvin. So they meet up with Marvin and give Marvin the jacket. Marvin take the jacket. Kanan want to know why you ain't pick me up. Because I got to do what your mama told me to do. I'm working a plan your mama need me to work. And, just basically shush, 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 And so he goes on and say, y'all get off the street, right? They can't get off the street good, and he can't even take Kanan home or wherever he's supposed to take him, Scrap, because they got roadblocks up. Okay, so they closing the area in. So cars coming in and out are being questioned, right? Not only that, but they also going door to door. When you shoot one of their own, okay, which Scrap learned that the person that he learns from Marvin that 5-0 show be acting crazy when one of their own get hit. And Scrap look over at Kanan and was like, oh, it's like that, huh? Like, dude, what have you done? Oh my gosh. And Kanan is like, you think all of this is about me? And Scrap was like, you think? I mean, come on. Oh my gosh. So then we see where like I said, the cops are everywhere, and they can't get out according to plan A, so they got to work Rock's plan B. Kanan is so super scared. At the hospital, we see Jessica and Fame chilling with Lou, right? And we also see at the same time them bring Howard in, and Howard is alive. I told y'all I didn't think Howard was dead because Kanan didn't follow his mama's orders. He didn't finish the job like he was supposed to. 2 to the heart and 1 to the head. She was very clear. But again, you send a 15-year-old. They don't even remember, you know what I'm saying? You can send a 15-year-old to look for the refrigerator. He would look all over that kitchen and swear you up and down that he don't see the refrigerator. The refrigerator is not in that kitchen. They don't see the stuff right in front of their face. They don't follow instructions well, which is why they always the detriment of somebody in a movie or a TV program, because every time you tell them to stay put, that's the last thing they do. But Rock got it figured out. She know how to put her little do boy under lock and key. But we're gonna talk about him. So Jessica is Lou is standing up and looking out the window, and he see the cops moving around. He also see Burke pull up and run in the hospital. And when Jessica and Fame come in the room, he was like, what's going on? They was like, yeah, you know that cop Howard, he got shot. And he was like, I know she done lost her ducking mind. And he pulls that IV out and starts putting his clothes on. She was like, no baby, you can't do this, baby. You can't leave here. What are you doing? You can barely breathe. The doctor says it's gonna take you another 5 days. He was like, I'm going. Okay. He has them load him up, gather his things, load him up. He going to see Rob. Then we see where Rock meet up with Scrap at Lou's house. That was plan B. And she has Kanan get out, and she tells Scrap get her 10 minutes, right? Because she gonna send him on to do. He was like, nah, I got to get low. I need to get to my house. All due respect, what's going on here is it's gonna be mad crazy out here. He said, I need to go home. I need to get off this block. You know what I mean? You know I'm loyal to the end, but this right here is some other type of ish. And so she was like, okay, cool, okay. I appreciate you helping. Go on. So he goes on, but before he leaves, Kanan tells him that he's sorry that he rolled up on him the way he did. And he's sorry that he called him disloyal. And he said he realized now that he one of the realest ninjas out here in the game. And you know, it kind of softened Scrap up a little bit to how he was looking at Kanan. You know, he realizing too, dude, this is just a 15-year-old boy. He out here, you know, pissing in the wind. He don't have no idea what this game is really about. And he told Kanan, he said, listen, no matter who mama or daddy, who's your mama or your daddy, you are smart enough to stand on your own, man. Stand on your own. I was like, ooh, if he didn't tell you just then that you a papa may have, huh? And mama may have, huh? But God bless the child. What you say? That's got his own. Yeah, baby. You about to be on your own. You better make sure you got your own when you're on your own. Then we see, like I said, helicopters everywhere. Now, Kanan left the money and the clothes, the change of clothes, in Scrap car. Okay, they go inside Lou's house, and she interrogates him as she cleans up his wounds. She asks him how he get the wounds. He said he fell. Where did you fall? Right there in the park. She like, okay. And did you make sure it was done? Did you do what I tell you to do? 2 to the heart and 1 to the head. He was like, oh, how many shots did you get off? He said 3 or maybe 2. 2 or 3. Which one did you do? Which one did you do, boy? 2 or 3 shots. Girl, she's so ruthless. No comfort. You don't get no comfort, but this the game, right? Yes, he's your 15-year-old son, but he in the game, okay? So no more titty for you, sir. No more titty for you. You're going to have to learn how to cut your own meat. All right, so, you know, he was like, I handled what I had to handle, mama. I did what you told me to do, mama. I handled mine. I was like, okay. Okay, Tink, calm down. At the hospital, we find out the old captain is out. Okay, and the new captain is in, and he heavy-handed, right? They felt like that precinct needed a stronger hand, right? It's too much willy-nilly going on up in through there. We also find out that Howard is rare blood type AB. Okay, we also find out that they are just now learning that he has these other underlying conditions, aka leukemia. Okay, and he's got to go undergo surgeries. He undergoes 5+ surgeries, by the way. He missing part of his liver, part of his spleen, part of his kidney, 3 packs of cool menthols. They say he was just bleeding menthol. Oh my gosh. They say this is how his heart sound, like doop 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 doop. When you see people with a new pack of cigarettes, they say that's how his heartbeat sound, like a pack of cigarettes being. Okay. Oh, they find all this out now. Now, mind you, there's blood on the sidewalk near his body. There's blood on the jacket. Okay, we find that out because he when he go to wipe his hand, he go to wipe the blood off of his hand that where he scraped his hand with the jacket. Okay, so what you want to bet that the same AB blood that is pumping through Howard's veins is also pumping through Kanan's veins, and they gonna find it out. We also find out that the crackhead told the police officers that it was a young boy in a special kind of jacket. And one of them jackets with the writing on it, but they don't know what the writing is. Well, Burke insists that that's her partner. She want to work the crime scene as well. So let her get a friend, Julio, Jose, whoever it is, to come and ride along with her. She gonna shake these streets down. Now they picking up black men left and right. They harassing and rolling black men left and right. If you caught out there on the street, you're gonna get rolled. You're gonna get handcuffed. You're gonna get pushed around. You're gonna get questioned and interrogated on the street. And I bet you dollars of donuts, some of them ended up getting killed out there too, right? Because one of their own been killed, and as far as they concerned, that's the most important thing on the planet, right? Forget actual justice, forget people's rights, but I digress. Okay, so Unique learns about all the police officers and all the helicopters when his boy Downtown Brown, y'all know who that is, right? Comes in and tells him about Howard, and he also tells him that the streets are talking about him being involved. And Unique is like, what? I would never. I am doing great on these corners. I make sure everyone's fed, and the only way to do that is to make sure that no cops are injured. You know. And then it hits him what Rock said to him, right? Rock said to him, you won't even see me coming. And he realizes this is Rock. This got Rock written all over. He tell his boys, go home and lay low and keep your mouth shut. And he tells his boy, I need to go around here and get my people, right? Okay, by his people, he mean his son and his girlfriend, his baby mama. Okay. So then we see where Rock stashes Kanan down at the bodega, back in the back room where they kept the stash. Except it's empty now. Rock done moved the stash over to the 2-story tree stash house, right? Okay, so she talked to the wife, Juliana, about the tape. Remember your part, right? You're supposed to mention the tape, but not too soon. Don't be too eager, and tell them just what you saw, and just play like you really don't want to answer, because they like to shake it out of you. You're too quick with all the answers, they suspect you. So she put Kanan in the back room, and I didn't see her lock it, but I was thinking to myself, you need to lock that daggum door. Right? Tell him to lay low, because Marvin gonna come pick you up and get you out of town. But mama, wait a minute. Wait for what, sir? You ought to be so glad. You ought to be so glad to be somewhere sitting down and off the street. Huh? Be able to sit down for a minute. Okay? Now, he did do what he was supposed to do. He scrubbed the gun. He scrubbed the inside of the gun and broke it apart and threw it in the river. You should have threw your whole body in the river. Okay? You should have swam across that river. That's what you should have did, and got all that goddamn blood off of that jacket. You idiot. You dummy. Anyway, he want to fuss. He want to protest about being closed up at them, and then again about being sent out of town. I did. I'm a part of this game. I'm supposed. Boy, if you don't shut your doggone mouth. She said, listen, no questions asked. You got to lay low until the heat die down. And before she leaves out, she said, I appreciate what you did today, Kanan. I love you. He said, I did it for you, mama. She said, I love you. I love you too, son. But how? How, Sway? How you love him? I don't get it. I did it for us. So when we see cops roughing up black men everywhere, Marvin weasels his way into Unique's building by playing like he the gas man. Now, his face is all beat to hell, but the concierge probably don't make no more than $9 an hour, and that's probably good money. That's probably good money for back then, $9 or $10 an hour. So he give a little protest, but Marvin's able to schmooze his way in up to the 14th floor. He goes up, goes to Unique's apartment. Jimmy's the lock and goes in, right? When he goes in, he takes the jacket out and shakes it and looks at it and checks it out, and then goes and hangs it in the closet. He don't throw it. He don't stuff it behind something. No, he goes and hangs it in the coat closet in the foyer of Unique's luxury apartment. Moving on up to the east side. Hangs it in the closet. I was like, Lord, this right up here with hiding that body behind that wall, that drywall, which by the way has been tiled over by now, but still it don't hold a body. I digress though. I digress. Now he hangs it up, gets his bag and comes out. As soon as he does, he hears the elevator because Unique has come in with his son and his baby mama, and she want him to talk to her for a minute about what's going on. He reminds her, remember I told you not to ask me no questions when we decided to get in. She said yeah. He said don't ask me no questions. I need you to be a rider right now. Come on, get your stuff packed up, let's go. He trying to pack up and get the heck out of Dodge right before they come there. Okay, so Marvin hears the elevator. He slips down the stairwell. Unique see the stairwell door closed, but he don't think about it because he got to get busy packing up. I don't understand why people do that. If you got to go, if it's a sense of urgency and you got to get the heck out of Dodge, why do people go home to pack up? You got money. Okay, you can buy whatever you need when you get where you going. The same road that Kanan was on at the end of this episode, Unique needed to be on. That down south. They're all up north, and then just head down south when they done got in trouble up north. If you meet a dude and you in Georgia and he say he from New York, that dollars to donuts, he probably, unless his company moved him, he probably down there hiding from a charge. Take it from me, I know. Okay, not all, I'm just saying. Nine times out of 10, he probably down there trying to dodge a charge. Okay, so like I said, Marvin slips away, and we see where Duke tries to head home, and she see that the cops got people pulled over left and right. She don't want to go down there because she know they're gonna stop her too. She turn and she walk off, but when she does, Bert pull up and park the car right in front of up on the sidewalk, blocking Juke. Her and Jose. Now this what she calls shaking folks down to get the truth. She goes straight to Juke. She want to know why Juke said what she said last episode about Unique and yada yada yada. That was just so convenient. She was like, look, Juke know how to hold her own. She ain't no snitch, and she stay calm, right? She don't blink. I mean, Burke was trying to rough her up. We're not friends. Well, Juke already told y'all wasn't friends, ma'am. This is no announcement, Burke. She got flipping around and pushing up against the chain link fence. Got her hands behind her back while the partner go through her bag. He don't find them, but he do find that love note from Nicole. He want to know if he can open it. So Bert tells him no. And Juke said, I was just giving you a heads up because that stuff I heard around the street. Yo, what about your aunt? Your aunt's a drug dealer. She was like, my aunt sell hair. What about your cousin? I told you. I already told you. It's not what you think it is out here. Like, I don't know where you get this from. I was just looking out for you. Okay, Bert was like, if I find out you're lying to me, Laverne, I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna roll you up good. And Laverne was like, shoot fly, don't bother me, child. She ain't the one. Okay, Juke ain't no snitch. Then we see where Lou is on his way back home to see Rock. He going over to the project to the stash tree stash house and the 2-story tree stash house, and when they stop, a car pull up alongside of them, Fame in the back seat, and he hear The Streets Need the Body, the song with him and Juke, and he gets all excited and all. He is always in this kind of fandom mindset. You know, he's easily impressed. He's excited. He doesn't feel any of the fear and the trepidation. He not once asks about Kanan at all through all of this. I hope my boy Kanan is safe. None of that. Like, him and his sister, I don't know if it's the whole family, but him and his sister are extremely, extremely, extremely self-involved. And Lou is proud to hear that song on that radio, on the tape player. It's not on the radio. It's somebody got a tape, a dub, and he's proud to hear that because that came from his label. So it's a moment. We see where Rock is in the two-story tree stash house, and all the stash has been moved from the bodega there, and the pass hole that they was building is actually in the bottom of the oven. Okay. We see where Juke miraculously finds Kanan at the bodega, and she says, your mama told me to bring you some clothes and some cash. I was like, what? Okay. um Immediately Kanan is glad to see her, and he's even more glad to see that Fago orange crush, peach crush, that she done brought in the dough. And he chugs it on down and he says, you know what I did? Okay. And then he tries to get a tough talk about, I had to do what I did. I did what I did. I took care of what I had to take care of for my family. I did it, and I stepped up. I stepped up and did what I had to. She said, boy, you shook as hell. You shook as hell. Okay? You're a stupid, everything you touch, you muck up, she said. But you're supposed to muck it up. You're supposed to make mistakes. You're supposed to be able to get back up and shake it off and get back on this thing, right? But instead, our lives is different. It's mucked up. We're not allowed to be 15-year-olds and muck up. You into some serious adult stuff, okay? And it don't allow you to muck nothing up. Okay, mucking it up could get you killed. Unfortunately, you just 15 years old. Thank you, Juke. Thank you. Somebody says it. Lou shakes Jess and Fame. He is barely breathing. He goes into the two-story tree stash house. At the same time, Marvin is getting arrested. On his way back from Unique, he gets stopped by a roadblock. When he gives his license, they go run the license, and they find out he got a warrant for possession, right? And they arrest him. Grand fashion, like they always do. They always pull their guns out and have their guns drawn on you. All the, the barrels are pointed dead at him in his car. I was just like, they get on my nerves with all this. Anyway, they arrest him basically in this roadblock. So when Rock is working on passing orders, she's letting them know that they're going to come door to door in the projects and check door to door. When they go downstairs, the people downstairs going to beep upstairs and let them know that the cops just left. Now they can pass the stash from upstairs and pass it downstairs, right? So you open the oven door up and you pull out the bottom rack, and then at the bottom, the base of it, there's a hole, and you throw it down in there. It goes down into a cabinet, okay? And you open not the front of the cabinet, you open the side panel of the cabinet and take the drugs out. Very clever, right? Okay, so he walks in on her pets and orders and asks her if she ducking crazy. Are you ducking crazy? A cop, Rock? Now, she done excuse everybody out there when they get into this conversation. Now, he barely breathing. He done walked 8 flights of stairs with them bad lungs full of smoke, right? And fresh bruises on his head. And he is barely breathing, okay? He ain't got a lot to fight for, but he do have some strong words for her. He thinks it was Marvin that do it. But when she turns around and he's worried about the alibis, we didn't even get our stories together. Like, we didn't even talk about this thing. And she tells him it was Kanan. And he has to sit down at that moment. 1, because he can barely breathe. And 2, he can barely believe that his sister is this low down. He needs a seat. He's disgusted, as we all are, right? And he wants out. And she begs to differ. She tells him everything you got, including yourself, belong to me. That studio, he said, it's a label, ma'am. And she says, okay, okay, label. That belong to me. You don't get out. Nobody gets out of this game but one way. He don't have a lot of fight for her, but you can see the disgust rolling over his face, because he brings up D Wiz. You had me do that, which was bad enough, but this, Rock, your only living son, your only child, this what you do? And Rock walking around smoking a cigarette, and she looked partly guilty but not quite. She go on her bag, and I think for sure she got a gun and she finna kill her own brother when he say he won't out. But she don't do it. She don't do it. She don't do it. She told Lou, listen, you best put your big boy panties on. This is happening, and you gonna be a part of it. She standing in that window, and she tell him she gonna be the last man standing in this mother ducker. You know what I'm saying? She gonna be the reigning queen. We see where like I said, the cops have gone from door to door. So when they come upstairs, they've already moved the stash, and Rock got fried chicken and cornbread in the oven, child. Cornbread in the oven. She done thought everything, and she got on an old blue robe covering up that sharp red dress. Okay, looking Ann Taylor sharp. And so the police are there. Now, the apartment downstairs, they tore it apart. And it was two girls, two young-looking girls, and a man, right? They tore that apartment apart. Up there, Rock got dinner on the stove. She got a sofa. They looking at Lou. Lou looking all beat to hell. She tell him Lou was in a car accident. She said, ain't that right, baby brother, about her cornbread, how good her cornbread is with fried chicken? And he said, whatever you say. Whatever you say, sis. What happened to him? He was in a car accident. But I got to keep my boys fed, and we were lucky to get him back. We were lucky that he survived. So the police look around, they was like, oh, okay. Well, let's go. It's nothing here. So you not going to dig through her house? You're not going to roll everybody? She got 2 black men in there, 3 black men, the 2 dudes that was at the door, and Lou and herself. And you not going to roll their apartment? Their apartment not tore up, but it's fine. You roll an apartment with two young girls in it, but you got 2 black men here who that you looking for a black male anyway. Let you tell it. Okay. I digress. I'm not going to pick at those scales. So we see where we go back to Juke and Kanan, and Kanan assures Juke that his mother don't want them hurt. She just my mama don't want us hurt. She don't want to see nothing bad happen to us. Juke was like, Kanan, she had you shoot a cop. At the same time, Burke and San Juan come into the bodega, so they can hear that the police is out the bodega, so they freeze, right? And Juliana goes right into her script. She's a very, very good actress, and she's a good liar too. And she tells them she don't want no trouble. She don't want to be involved. Burke said, I need to know what you saw. You know what I'm saying? What if you know anything? She said, I don't want no trouble. I don't want no parts. These people don't like when you be talking a lot. You gonna tell me. You gonna tell me. And meanwhile, San Juan is looking at the door with all the locks, the 15 different locks on it, you know. And now Rock didn't lock them in there, but Bodega wife made sure she locked the door. She locked the door, unlocked the door for Juke, locked it back behind Juke. She had them locked in there, right? She already knew Kanan couldn't be trusted to stay put without 6 locks, okay, and a chain, okay. So Burke sees the camera and says, "Do you have it on tape? What did you see?" "I just saw a jacket, a guy with a jacket." "But you didn't see their face?" "No, I didn't see their face. I just saw a jacket. He was coming from the park." And he was coming from. "Give me the tape." She takes the tape. When San Juan looks at the door, he want to know what was behind there, but it was at the same time that Burke was asking about the tape. So Burke didn't discover the tape and get his mind out the door, but Burke did tell Bodega wife that she gonna come back. She said, we're gonna look at this tape, and when we come back, we're gonna just check out your back room, your bathroom, outside, behind the dumps and everything. Just make sure you're not running illegal I was like, could you be more obvious? Why would you tell her you coming back? Like, I just didn't see the point in that. I didn't see the point in it. I didn't see the point in a lot of the dialogue because, I mean, it was unnecessary. What we needed was more meat for this to really be a season finale, in my opinion. But I digress. She tells us she coming back and why she coming back. So immediately, she calls Rock and tells Rock that Marvin never did come to pick up Kanan and that the police been there. She held up her end of the bargain. She told what the story was. She rolled out the story to the cops, but somebody got to come get Kanan because they coming back. And so she's like, fine, um, I'll call you back. What she called Symphony. I'm not even gonna pull your leg. She didn't say at the time it was Symphony. What she said was, I know I'm the last person you want to hear from, but I need a favor from you. I already knew it was Symphony, so we ain't even finna play that game. She called Symphony to go get Kanan. Meanwhile, she look over at Lou and Lou say, oh, you think everything falling apart for you now, ain't it? And she said, I got everything handled. I just need to get Kanan out of town. He tell her, well, if you got everything handled, why you need to get Kanan out of town? Exactly. Exactly. Your son barely knew how to shoot, ma'am. He barely knew how to shoot. Barely. Okay? Barely. Up until this point, all he did was shoot a couple of cans and shoot out over the water. Anyway, um, Marvin is being processed down and he realizes that there's some type of informant. They tell him, we find out a little bit later that it's Tony. It's supposed to be the informant, which ain't bothering Marvin at all. He not even the slightest bit worried about Tony because all he gave her was a stiff one, basically, and her money, which in money which she gonna pay back one way or another. Okay, so we see Unique and his family trying to pack up, and Bolt, when he discovers, goes in the closet to get coats and stuff. Like, why are y'all packing up like this? Why didn't you, when you got in the car and you had your girlfriend and you had your son, why wouldn't you keep going? Like, why, who? I just don't understand it. So he pulls the jacket out, looks at the sleeve, he sees that it's blood on the jacket, and it comes to him. And as soon as it comes to him just how far Rock has gone to set him up, the police kick in the door, knock him down to the floor, and they tell him he wanted for murder. He was like, I was with 10 other dudes that can vouch for me. It don't even matter. You getting locked up. And if they anything like the police I know, not only they lock you up, they lock your girl up and put your baby in the system. Bust in and nail him. Symphony goes and gets Kanan out because he can follow instructions. Goes and gets Kanan out, takes him around back, puts him in the Volvo. Juke ain't going with him. But before they pull off, she tell Kanan she love him. He say, I love you too. Symphony say, if you don't get your behind in this car, he get in the car. And he look out the back window as he see Juke walk off. And it's this really, really sad, kind of melancholy, dramatic moment where you feel like they're never going to really see each other again like that. Like whatever youth, they had is done. It's over with. I mean, it's a really, really poignant moment. Probably one of the best scenes of the episode, if you ask me. Okay, then we see where Rock is looking out on all she surveys from the top of the tree stash house. Okay, and she's looking out on all over everything, and she's smoking a cool Benson and Hedges. Okay, and she's been pointing orders at everybody all day long, right? It's a cool breeze blowing her weave. Oh, and she got her Ann Taylor suit on and it fits lovely. And she got a old nasty piece of Benson and Hedges, and she's smoking it, looking at all the people running around, running from the cops, and the cops chasing them in the lights and the helicopters with their lights beaming down. And she feels like she is king of the world. She feels like she is sitting on top of Mount Everything. Now, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I was gonna pick at some more scabs, but I'm not gonna do it. We see where Juke goes home and she finally reads the note that Nicole left her and she starts crying. We see where Symphony is taking Kanan into Maryland. He done got immediately on the freeway, with what they had on their back, and taking Kanan into Maryland, which is how you do an escape, in my opinion. Okay. We also see Howard wake up, and Burke is like, "Who did this to you? Who did this to you?" And Howard just looks poignantly. I was waiting for him to say unique, because I still think he gonna be on Kanan's side even after Kanan shot him. Now, like I said, he done lost part of a liver, part of a lung, part of a spleen, half of a kidney, and 6 packs of cool menthols out of his system, out of his body. Okay, but he wake up just fine. He ain't on no ventilator. He ain't on no breathing machine. Nothing. He just gives a little cough and wakes up, but he don't say a word. At the same time, we cut back to Rock, who's on top of the building, breeze blowing. She taps her cigarette, throws it down, stamps it out. You know how people stamp it out. And 50 Cent is in the background saying, at the end of the day, you can't trust nobody. Not even your own mama. And we get one last shot of Rock, and the episode goes off. Oh, child. Listen, I'm not going to overtalk this ending. Y'all already know we're going to pick at all the scabs down below, including why wouldn't the police take ID from Rock? Everybody in that first floor of that tree stash house, why wouldn't they take ID from everybody and run them IDs? You ain't find no gun. You ain't find no drugs, nobody. Okay, Lou won't out. We see where Jessica come to pick him up from the tree stash house and try to talk him out of it. You leave your sister alone. Your sister don't care about you. And you got a label, and we on the radio, and you need to do this, yada yada yada. Y'all ain't even married, and you nagging this man to death. You barking down his door. He tell her to shut the duck up and drive. And I was like, cause Lou already know. If you think we're gonna get out of this without me or you or both of us ending up dead, you're sadly mistaken, right? It's a mess. But we can see now the start of Lou wanting to get out of this is Marvin and Unique gonna be in the same jail at the same time. I wonder who Kanan going to see in Maryland. Who Kanan going to see in Maryland? That's where his big mama live. Rock, you was in Maryland when your son was around here killing his baby daddy or trying to kill his baby daddy? Girl, I don't know. But Symphony a rider, ain't he? I thought he was a police officer, y'all. A narc. He seemed like a rider to me. Unless he taking him to Maryland to snitch. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all put it down below. Listen, we still got the Queen Sugar and we still got our kind of people. I'd love to know what you guys think of this episode, season finale of Power, Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1. Let me know what you think. Put it down below. And until next time, honeybees, I holla.